Hi, Sarah. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. And where are you calling in from right now?
I am currently in New York in the midst of what people think is the epicenter of Corona, but everything's all fine here and we're back to work.
Good to hear. So, my name is Annie, and I'm the founder of Simply Suzette, and I am here with Sarah today, who is the director of Artistic Denim Mills. And we're going to talk about some new concepts with Artistic. So, at Artistic, you have a vertically integrated facility, which for me looks like a playground, a controlled playground, but that it's really enabled you to look very closely at the raw material stage. In particular, I'm pretty excited to see cottonized hemp coming from you guys. But I'm wondering if you could just walk us through some of your preferred fibers right now and which ones are actually the most popular.
Absolutely. And so for us, the vertical integration has really, as you said, been a really great playground. It allows for sort of amazing R&D and for global brands like Invista and Lensing to come to us with these very new concepts, whether it was Tencel or four-way stretch, and now it is cottonized hemp and all the recycled materials, Reprieve and so forth. And it allows us to incorporate these amazing innovative fibers in denim without compromising on the performance and the quality and the premium feel of what Artistic Denim Mills is really known for. How we look at it is that we look at the gene. We look at all the different elements of the gene and how to optimize each element. So whether it is cotton, using recycled cotton, cottonized hemp, whether it is using recycled polyfibers like Reprieve, whether it is adding softness and sustainability with Tencel, which makes the garment more absorbent. It really is a holistic way of looking at denim and then seeing, okay, how do we improve the product itself? And then also, how do we optimize the ecosystem around it? So that's where the recycling of water, energy, all of that comes into play. So it really is, what we're trying to do is really create a model of what denim looks like for the future. Because as we all know, we're really facing a big climate crisis and a sustainability crisis. And if people like us do not take accountability, and if at the sourcing side, we're not taking accountability and making things better without the customer that feels like they're getting a compromised product, we're not doing a good job.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah. And I love all the recycled content. I would like to see some, or I loved seeing hemp and Tencel blended together too. Also, I was very interested in your earth tones concept because I think it really perfectly demonstrates this kind of cross industry collaboration. And I think we need to see more of that. So I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about earth tones, how this collaboration with the agricultural industry kind of came about.
So with our earth tones collection and also all generally like the cotton sourcing and everything that we do like in general, a responsible, like agriculture is a very big part of all manufacturing and all clothing. So responsibly sourcing those materials is a big part. So it all culminated in the earth tones. So it's really like using less sort of harmful chemicals for the environment, less pesticides, less all of that. So it's really coming together in that one collection.
Interesting. Okay, so it's making use of like agricultural waste and all like that. I'm a huge fan of using nature. I think Mother Nature is a genius. So another concept in particular that I thought was very interesting was your eco black concept. Since true black is so difficult to achieve, as we all probably know in the manufacturing world, I'd love to hear more about it. How are you kind of achieving this true black with eco-friendly alternatives, and what are the benefits of this dye as well?
Well, the benefits are, listen, when people would wear black leggings and they're like, it would, in the gym, it would make me cringe because I knew the hazard of it, right? Like at the end of the day, these are chemicals. They are going to be harsh on your skin. They're going to be harsh on the environment. And so for us, these very unique collaborations with big companies gave us access to even discovering the eco black, and then it's as simple as just replacing the old dyes with the new ones. So it's really not, I wish I could tell you there's more of a story to it, but it was us sort of discovering this amazing dye and then saying why not. And that's really how we work at ADM. It's more like we see something and we incorporate it quickly. And you have to meet my father one day, and he literally is the most excited man in the world about anything new machinery. And that's really how we even got to all the recycling. So when we get into, and that's something that I'm very passionate about, is recycling old jeans and taking old jeans, shredding them, using our spinning capabilities to, we just got this new like whole big shredder and this all these machines.
I saw the news.
All the old jeans, shred them, respin them, and incorporate them into creating this new jean. So it's really taking, and it goes back to even the earth tones, the dyes, like you're really using what is excess and what is waste and repurposing it to create a superior product. So that's really the story with the eco black, that it's just a better dye, and it doesn't have the smell, it doesn't have, it really, again, what we believe in ADM, a superior product that is also the best option for the environment. It really has to be the cross section of that.
Yeah, totally. And is there anything you can give us about more what the dye actually consists of, or is that trade secrets right now?
I think that's trade secrets.
That's trade secrets right now. Well, it's amazing to see, like, hear all of, like, using waste as a resource is definitely key. We all have to be doing that. And I'm so happy to hear that Artistic is focusing so much on that. But also, I just to kind of end off, I'd love for you to go through Artistic's focal points for sustainability, because there's so many different approaches that everybody's taking, which is great to see all the creativity and the different ways people do approach it. But in specific, I'm wondering how you guys focus on it.
So for us, it was, as I said, we look at the gene and then we look at the ecosystem around the gene and how do we optimize each element. We use software that gives us the ability to track. It's called EMI software by Genealogy, and we track the gene's cycle, whether it's from the spinning all the way when it's the final finished product. And we track its life cycle. We understand how much water, dyes. That's what we did years ago. That's where we started, like water, dyes, energy, and resources that it was taking to create a gene. So step one is measurement, right? Like to understanding like where we stand. And then step two is so you measure the gene, you measure the ecosystem. Step two is, okay, what exists in the world out there? And also a little bit of creativity, right? Like when we did our collaborations with Invista or lensing to incorporate, Invista at the time with 4-way stretch and then lensing with Tencel, that hadn't been done before in denim. Yeah. And to have that wonder, that creativity and that passion to kind of incorporate those technologies in denim has been a little bit of the magic sauce with with ADM. And then it trickles down to our brands. So one of them, like the brands that we work with, and also the major brands that we work with, and also the brands that we closely work with. So it's really been a wonderful process. But what it has done, it has helped us because we are so, ADM is like a branded mill, right? It's not just a mill that is a supplier and then you forget about it. When you work with ADM, you have access to all this information on what's going on from a branded side as well. So from the branded side, we're working with all these big brands. We understood that the consumer wants performance, wants quality, and wants functionality. So everything we do has to be at the cross section of performance and functionality and also sustainability. And so that's really where ADM excels, and having the facilities to do that, putting the money into research and development, putting the money into expansion has been, and it's not something that we do for financial gain. It's something we do because we believe we're huge advocates of the environment. And we really believe that if it exists out there, the likelihood of us incorporating it in our mill within a lightning speed is very, very, very probable.
That's amazing to hear. Yeah, it's for me, I love hearing about the new innovations. So I feel like we have the same kind of mentality about that. If I was a researcher and developer and able to buy these machines, I would buy all of the ones that are on the market just to play with them and test with them and see, what actually works and what's going to help our whole lines and our customers. So I really appreciate you sharing that with us. I'm wondering if there's anything about Artistic Denim Mill that you would like to share today, if there's any new concepts that you particularly are fascinated by or interested in talking more about.
Yeah, no, firstly, we have to give you a digital tour of the facilities,
Oh,
which would help you. You know, it's the closest you can get during COVID to the
totally.
actual facilities and playing with them. But I think I'm just generally excited by how we are able during. So what was very interesting is because of being vertically integrated, because we are from spinning to final finished garment in one facility. It was during this global pandemic where a lot of people's, and ours too for a certain extent, because we depend on a lot of outside, you know, ingredients to come in. But for the most part, our manufacturing was very intact. It was not as broken. And I think COVID really revealed a lot of the weaknesses in the industry. And the ones that were actually strong, it actually put us, you know, it put us in a better position. So
Totally.
it actually allowed us to to move forward in a time where everything was standing still. So that's where the cottonized hemp, the you know, the recycling of jeans, recycling cotton, recycled poly, like all of that, taking, can you imagine, we're taking plastic bottles and crushing them and making that into polyfiber, the thing that makes your jeans stretchy. That's insane, you know. And all of these advancements and developments came about during the most trying time globally. So for us, it just show, I mean, for us, it's an amazing achievement, but it also shows our strength and
Yeah.
our dedication to building a solid foundation. So we really are dedicated to the environment, creating a superior product, functional. We're not interested in creating, you know, throwaway product. We're not interested in that. That is not where what the world needs right now. The world needs, we're not going to walk, we always have to wear clothes. That is, it is, clothes are our armor, they're our protection, and also like
Yeah.
we are our sense of style and our personality. And if we can do that responsibly and give you options for that, and actually be, you know, the brand behind the brands,
Yeah.
and really have that solid sense of identity and pride. That's why we call ourselves a
Yeah.
brand, right? We have a solid, we have a, you know, we have a pride. And if we can, so you know that at every price point, whether you're picking up something at a mass retailer or you're picking up something premium, you have that confidence that ADM
Totally.
has done all the due diligence, has
Yeah.
taken that responsibility off the consumer and put it on ourselves. And we are very proud to carry that responsibility. And we
Yeah.
want to deliver on that responsibility.
And it's so great that you're willing to share what you do to, because I'm such a, you know, taking on responsibility like that is a big deal, and a lot of people don't do it. So it's so nice that you're willing to share that with everybody and be as transparent as you are. And I really think that, yeah, it just proves that you're there to work with your customer and actually build partnerships and, you know, get to the bottom of what they need and how they're best going to succeed as well. So it's all around a win-win for everybody, benefiting everybody in the value chain. So I really thank you for your time and explaining us some of the concepts and new concepts at Artistic Denim Mill. And but yeah, so thank you so much for your time today, Sarah. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. So
Thank you so much. This is awesome.
we'll
Thank
see
you.
you soon.
Bye.
Bye.